first realised that Noah had a problem with dairy when he was about 8 weeks old. He'd had quite a difficult start, had been very unhappy, and at 8 weeks old realised it was due to the dairy. He used to cry basically all day and all night. For the first 8 weeks of his life he cried, he was in so much pain. He had stomach problems, so he would sort of move around and you could tell that he had pain in his tummy, and he had severe reflux and was constantly stretching his neck where he was having acid come up into his throat that was quite painful for him. So it was really stomach pains and reflux that were his symptoms. I was still breastfeeding when I tried A2 milk, which was why it was really important for me to find the right milk, because normal dairy was really not settling well with Noah. So trying A2 milk whilst breastfeeding was perfect. He had no symptoms and it was all fine. It was really difficult for me to cut dairy out of my diet. I love cheese, I love chocolate, I love milk on my cereal, milk in my tea and coffee, so it really was difficult to suddenly give up dairy. I'd never done it before in my life, so it was tricky. I tried quite a few alternatives to dairy. I tried almond milk, soy milk, many different alternatives, but to be honest with you, none of them were as good, none of them tasted of milk. The consistency was different, it was just like white water that I was drinking. So I did try many alternatives, but I couldn't find any I was satisfied with. I actually heard about A2 milk through a friend at a party, and when I was talking to them about the problems we were having, they mentioned they'd seen an advert in London for A2 milk, and they were not too sure what it was, but I then went home and googled it, and that's how I found it. I first started drinking A2 milk in January. I'd been told about it at a Christmas party, and then as soon as I'd found it and located it in the shops, January, and I'm still drinking it. Noah's reaction to the A2 milk was amazing. He showed absolutely no symptoms that he'd had previously when having normal dairy in his diet. There was no pain, no reflux, he wasn't crying, he was just a happy, content baby. A2 milk has absolutely changed our life because we are a happy family now. We have this baby who doesn't cry all day, he doesn't cry all night, he's happy, he's cheerful. He can have milk on his cereal instead of water, which was just horrible. I can have milk in my diet, again on my cereal, in my coffee, so we're all so much happier. I often tell my friends about A2 milk and tell them to try it. I describe it as something that sits more softly on your body and leaves you quite comfortable, and a lot of people have some symptoms after having dairy they think is due to the lactose, and I'm often telling them to try out A2 because it could well be the protein. If someone was thinking of trying out A2 milk, I would say definitely try it, definitely buy it. You'll be amazed how different it can leave you feeling. It's so positive for your body, it's such a good change.